Hi, I'm Tara T here with Old Soul Factory, and today I'm going to be doing a video about me organizing my yarn room. I know what you're thinking, that doesn't sound that fun, and I totally get it. It doesn't sound that fun, but it needs to happen, okay? My room is an absolute mess. We have actually not a lot, but we have a couple projects here and there that need to be finished or put away or set aside so I can go ahead and wrap up those projects. I have some small yarn skeins that need to be wound up and then put back into a good spot. I need to organize my shelves obviously a little bit and reorganize them by color. I have bought several new skeins of yarn as well that also need to find a home that's not just in a Michael's or a Joann's bag on the floor. Many of you can probably relate to this and how chaotic your yarn room or your area that you tend to crochet in can get, and that's where I'm at right now, okay? I need to organize the crap out of this space. I know that Christmas time is coming up. I'm asking for a couple crochet things for Christmas, and they're gonna need spots to go, and I know that every time I step in here, I've been a little anxious about it lately because it's a little bit of a mess, and then I don't want to crochet because I'm like, well, what about all this mess? So I'm gonna just take you with me today. We're gonna have a chill video. I'm gonna talk about some of my new yarns that I'm putting away, what I plan on using those for. I'm gonna talk about some yarns that I feel like I should donate or get rid of, or see if anybody else might use them more than I would. And we're just gonna get it all organized, put together, back in a good spot. There's a couple things that I know need to be done. Like I have a couple small shelves over here that just kind of got stuff thrown on them, but I feel like they need to be all taken off of there, organized neatly, and put back on there. I'm sure we'll find some things that I forgot that I got or purchased, and we'll find them in this room. Maybe I'll be even more inspired to hopefully work on some more crochet projects coming up, because I have a big market coming up and I need to be crocheting, but it's literally impossible when my room's this much of a mess right now. So I think what my first goal is just to bring all of the yarn from all over my house back into this room and just assess how much shelf space I need to clear up really quickly. So I'm gonna start there. We're gonna see how many bags I've accumulated and how bad the yarn addiction's gotten. Every time I look at my shelf, it looks empty, but I know that there's bags of yarn all over this house that could fill up these shelves. So we're gonna do that today. Alrighty, I feel like a reporter. I have my portable mic with me so you can hear me better, hopefully. But I decided I'm gonna get all my yarns out. I'm gonna put them all here in this corner. We're gonna assess how much yarn we have. I have Michael's bags, I have Joann's bags, I have all kinds of bags of yarn. We're gonna find a home for all of them today though. So we're going to bring it all in here. We're going to assess the situation. We're gonna see what needs yarn wound, okay? And we're just gonna see how bad, again, the shopping yarn addiction has been lately. This is a judgment-free channel. There is no judging how much yarn I may bring into this room, okay? Let's just be clear about that, okay? I'm gonna bring it all in, we'll see how bad it is, and then we'll basically go from there. Bag number 1. Bag number 2 to unpack. Box number 3 to unpack. I ran out of bags, so these are all of the things I've gotten out for projects and forgot to put away. Armful number 2. Armful number 4. This is a lot of yarn. Let's unpack. I feel like I did this to myself. Okay, I think the first logical thing to do is put things away where I know where they go already. So like the Sweet Snuggles needs to go on my shelf up here. So I feel like I should start there maybe, and then we'll see how far we get. I also am going to be on the lookout for duplicates as I put things away. I know I won't have any duplicates for the Sweet Snuggles because I don't buy a lot of it and haven't bought a lot of it. But I did buy a lot more burnout colors for Loaf Cats, and if I already have that color out, I don't want to have 2 of the same color on my shelf in the background, so we'll store those elsewhere. Let's just start there for now, and we will see where we get, I think. So my shelves were like reds, orange and yellow, green, teals, blues, purples and pinks, neutrals, big twists, and then other neutrals. But I've gotten so many colors specifically for loaf cats lately, like so many neutral burnout colors, that I kind of had to expand to that shelf for like blacks and grays, and then this was all like browns. So I'm going to try to keep an eye out for that while I'm putting them away and try to put them in the perspective spots. I don't know if I'm going to have room for all of them, but we'll see. We'll try to fit as much on here as possible, and if it's something I don't use very often, it might go in the backup bin. I've had this red ribbon color for a while now, since like the marbly colors first released, and I still don't know what to use this for. So if you know, please let me know down below. I don't have a spot for these yet. It's the new Big Twist favorite yarn, favorite fur yarn, and I've been using it for a couple things already, but I don't know where to put it on my shelves, so it's going to get set off to the side for now. I have a feeling we'll put it on another small side shelf once we clear up some more things. Speaking of which, this is such a cute bandana. I need to finish this. This I can explain. This is that favorite faux fur yarn, and it's actually this yarn. I just untwisted this yarn because this Big Twist yarn is actually triple stranded, and I didn't want to use a yarn that thick, so I started to untwist it, and now I just need to yarn ball it up because it actually has a cream strand, it has that brown strand, and then it has one that's both. So I just need to yarn wind it up now that I've separated it to a size that I can actually use. This is one giant Sweet Snuggles light skein that I have yet to untangle, and this is the mess it causes me. And it's all over the place. So like, what do I do with this now? A new Dreamland color though. Hey! This Dreamland is called Pebble Beach, which ironically, Bernat has one that is also called Pebble Beach, and I really like that one. So I will be using this for Tice the Turtles in neutral colors, because neutral colors are really popping right now. And I think that would be super cute with some embroidered eyes on turtles to make them baby safe. I've been making ferrets lately, so it feels like this yarn has been really good for that, and some other details on projects. And then I bought Bernat Pipsqueak to also try to make a ferret out of. It goes in the random yarn pile for now. I feel like I have right in front of me. I was gonna say I feel like I have more cinder somewhere. Oh, that's just black. I stocked up on this yarn because they discontinued the mystical yarns, is what I heard. So I stocked up on the black one because it just works up so well for loaf kittens and other projects on like the hooves of like cows and stuff. I'm thinking that this is like literally the majority of my yarn except for what's already in my storage stuff, so I feel like I could maybe squish these together and fit more neutral colors on here, which I hate though because that means that most of my collection is turning neutral. But I think I'm gonna do that for now. I'm gonna try to fit as many of the browns in here as possible from this. Ta-da! Yeah, I think that's as close as it's gonna get for now. I know that I'll still find some other skeins that we can put in here or find spots for and bring them all together. I think that I'll keep this side open for projects and what I finished this week so we can keep like track of what I made for this week so we can do our recap videos on that still. And then everything else we will put where it belongs for now. Let's see. Okay. We need to yarn wind and clean. Okay, I'm realizing now I have this bin here, right? It needs to be decluttered. It needs to be cleaned out. It has a bunch of skeins of stuff in it, but I don't know skeins of what exactly at this point. It's a lot of wound yarn though and scrap things, but I want to start using it, so I need to clear this out. Oh gosh. I keep all of my skein labels because I thought I would count them all up at the end of the year. So we're almost there, and then I can recycle all of these guys. When I first started winding yarn, apparently I was like, I'm a center pull gal, so whenever I was winding yarn, I would still center pull on my little cakes that I was making. So like a lot of these cakes are literally collapsing in on themselves because I didn't realize that you were supposed to outer pull once you did that for some reason. I don't know why it didn't occur to me, but it didn't. So like most of my first cakes that I made, like this guy, is like collapsing in on himself a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. Let me convince myself this is good. Okay. This basket's empty now. I'm gonna fill this basket with stuff I know I won't use a lot because it'll be in a basket and I won't see it. So maybe we need to fill it with all of our random yarns that we found, including these little velvet guys, because I won't use velvet a lot. I think I decided for velvet yarns, I'm going to start double stranding like 2 different colors together. And whenever I do that, I can make snakes out of them. That way I don't waste it, I already have it, and it'll make some really cool color combinations for my snakes or anything else I make sweet snuggles out of, but particularly I think the snakes would be really cute. Okay, I'm going to put away the rest of the little stuff that's over here in this area, including the little cakes and stuff I had. Put them on my shelf and put my parfait chunky that we found on the big shelf as well. And then we'll organize this other little tiered shelf. It has my acrylic yarn and my safety eyes and stuff on it. So hopefully that'll be a little bit more entertaining. Okay, actually I lied. I decided I wanted to start on my desk next since that's the most used spot in my office. This is a loaf cat I literally just started today. I will finish him today because, like I said, I don't leave whips behind anymore. Ta-da! may end up being 2 balls of yarn. This may be my favorite yarn ever to wind. So it's the next day. This is gonna be a multi-day project. I found out pretty quickly. I'm going to finally sort through this. This has my yarn skeins, my yarn winder, and some other miscellaneous things. This has my small balls of acrylic yarn in it that I use for like the faces of my loaf cats and stuff. I want to sort those to see what colors I need, what colors I need to order, because I do use a lot of the neutral colors, and I think I need to order like another small skein of those. And it has all my safety eyes on it. But I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna see what we need to get rid of, what we need to move, some of its office supplies that needs to go into my big cabinet. And I need to sort through these yarn skein labels because I've kept all of them since I started basically back in like November. So basically a year's worth of yarn labels up here. And I'm keeping them to the end of the year so we can see how many skeins we get through, because that's really exciting to see. And I'm kind of curious to see what I've gone through this year, and so we're gonna do a recap of that at the end of the year, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, let's clean this up. I'm well aware that yarn fuzz exists, and it was a terrible idea to get a white rug, but it's what I had. So I'm going to vacuum up my carpet the best I can in this little area and reset. And then I think pretty much everything's good. I took out trash, I cleaned up any yarn fuzz and yarn scraps that I found, I put everything away. I think we're getting pretty dang close, so I'm gonna vacuum it up, see if there's any other little touch-ups, and then I'll give you guys the final rundown. I think I'm set. I think I'm reset. Okay, let's do a final little walkthrough. Okay, so my door to walk into my office Here is my plushie shelf and my yarn shelf for now. We have all of the items that have been donated or I've bought to support other businesses. We have our Sweet Snuggles and our Sweet Snuggles Light, Parfait Chunky, and Gumdrop yarn now up here. We have all of our furry yarn like Feels Like Bliss, Favorite Faux yarn, some big twist yarn that I can't fit on the cube shelf still, plushies we've made so far, again, the burnout colors. We have our cozy little area. We have this bin completely restocked and reorganized full of yarns that are miscellaneous to use for snakes and a couple more fuzzy yarns that are generic. Again, more patterns and market stuff. This is to pack orders, everything that goes in my orders, my regular safety eyes and tags, glitter safety eyes, and acrylic yarns. Then we have all of our cakes that we've accumulated, yarn winder, miscellaneous things like snacks and whatnot, our calendar, our Moonboon printer. We have the desk space finally reset, of course. I'm watching Melgurumi. Right now she's market prepping stuff like One Piece characters and that kind of stuff, so I had her tuned in. And then my PC, our plants, of course, and that is the backup yarn that I don't have room for on my shelf right now because it's plain Loaf Cat colors. And then an ottoman also filled with yarn. Who knows what's in there? Not even gonna dare to open that today. And then our polyfill box yarn, which we can finally close. Let's go! And we're back! So the office is officially reset. It feels so good. It needed to be done. My anxiety was peaking every time I walked in here because there was just yarn everywhere, projects everywhere. I couldn't even like stand up and get out of my desk because this whole area next to my desk was filled with yarn and all the yarn bags that I had gotten. But I'm so excited. It's all reset. Everything is where it needs to be. I have a better idea of the supplies that I do have as well. I definitely found some safety eyes that I had forgotten that I had ordered. So I'm excited to find some new projects to use on those. I have some bigger eyes that I didn't know I had either. I found some random backs and stuff that I don't know what eyes they even go to, but I'm sure I'll need them at some point. And again, found a lot of yarn that I didn't realize I had, and I restocked my shelves back here, which means I can see more colors, which means I will have more inspiration, I'm hoping. So clearly I've been market prepping a lot of loaf cats up here and mini kittens, so I've been very busy doing that, but I'm excited to use some more of my colorful colors back here and hopefully motivate and get a bunch done before the next market. So I'm so excited, and I just can't wait to see how messy I can make this room again, because we all know if you have a yarn room, that's just what happens in your yarn room or your craft room. So this was definitely needed though, and I just can't wait, like I said, to make it messy all over again. But thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it wasn't more entertaining this week, but I'm excited, and it, like I said, it needed to be done. So if you need me, you know where to find me. Don't forget to like this channel, or like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in future videos. Alrighty, bye!